What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Blue Crew? This is Ball Hawk, fought to another final of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody. Woo!
All right, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you all for joining us here today. Lions Talk Live, post-game show edition. And you know what? For the first time, man, since I don't even remember who the president of the United States was in 1934, but I can tell you this, it's been a long time since the Detroit Lions have been 10-1. 10-1 going into the final stretch of games for this season. You got 6 games left, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not doing the math wrong in my head. And before Thanksgiving, you've got 10 games. You've got, obviously, Thanksgiving Day against the Chicago Bears, who appears like they were going to lose today. You've got the Green Bay Packers the week after that. After that, you've got the Lions with a mini bye, 10 days off before a game. So I kind of like the setup here. Lions win these next 2. You're going to be 12-1. I think you're almost, I won't say a lock to get the number 1 seed, but you're going to be looking hard to beat for the number 1 seed. Let's talk about the game. Let's go into the stats. It wasn't exactly the most inspiring game ever. Give the Colts some credit. They came out and limited the passing attack in the Lions. They consistently, we talked about it during the live cast, they consistently were putting 8 or 9 guys in the box, trying to force the Lions to be very one-dimensional. They also got some pressure on some guys, on Goff and the offensive line. They did some good stuff. Goff finished with a near 101 QBR. He went 26 out of 36, so basically completed 72% of his passes for 269 yards, no scores, no picks. Let's see, Gibbs paced the ground attack with 21 attempts, 90 yards, 4.28 average, long as 17, 2 scores, and then David Montgomery, 8 totes for 37 yards, 4.6 average, long of 13, 1 score. Goff did get two rushes for a long of 1 yard. One of those, obviously, the kneel down is going to hurt his average a little bit. Then Jameson Williams, 1 for 4. Receiving yards, let's see who paced us here today. Looks like Amon-Ra St. Brown led the way. No, correction. Jameson Williams led the way with 5 catches for 64 yards, long of 21. Let's see, St. Brown was next with 6 for 62, long of 15. Tim Patrick, 4 for 55. I think that might be his best game of the season, long of 27. And then he got a shroud of guys, Gibbs, Montgomery, let's see, Laporta with 3, and then Brock Wright with 2. Defense, let's see if I can figure out who paced us on tackles. Looks like it's going to be Jack Campbell with 9 total tackles. Then next would be Malcolm Rodriguez. So the linebacker core, that was a question mark coming in. Looks like they did okay. No interceptions, no forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries for the Lions. But you know what? They did everything else well. You talk about the opening drive for the Colts. They came on down. They got the field goal. The Lions did give them a lot of credit because the Colts really should have had a touchdown that opening drive. But the Lions defense found a way to kind of stand up here. Then let the Colts kind of beat themselves, held them to a field goal. Same with the second drive. After that, the Lions defense was all over the place, shutting down AR-15 and the Colts offense. At halftime, at the end of the first quarter, the Colts had 144 yards of total offense. They only got 123 the rest of the game. So, Aaron Glenn, there's been a lot of talk that he will not be back next year, that he'll be a head coach somewhere. I'm not here to say he will or won't be. What I am here to say is there used to be a lot of people that in Lions fandom that weren't fans of Aaron Glenn, thought he should be replaced. Probably a lot of people are thankful that he's still here because he has put together a master chef, whatever you want to say, performance for this Detroit Lions defense. Despite, let's be honest, you can't have many more injuries than what they've had for the Detroit Lions this year. Lions have overcome injury after injury after injury to the defense. I don't care if it's in the secondary. I don't care if it's the defensive line, the linebacker group. What they have done, they kept going forward. They kept performing. They kept being good. Passing attack for the Detroit Lions wasn't the greatest today. We all get it. Whether it was Goff just being a little bit off, maybe credit to the Colts being better than we thought in that regards. whatever it was, they found a way to do enough to get that lead and keep adding that lead, keep putting pressure on the Colts. And you can see the pressure as the score starts slipping away and force the Colts offense to be a little bit more and more predictable. All right, guys, I guess what I have to say, the only bad stuff today is that Khalif Raymond may have rolled an ankle or something. He was walking around on the sidelines after the injury, kind of came back, to not really go in the game, but he was on the sidelines before they finally put him on the cart, took him to the locker room. We'll probably get an update on him later on. If you guys could real quick, by the way, while you're watching, hit that like button, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. I always forget to do that, Jazz. Unless it's the morning show, then it's just kind of a thing of habit. But Taylor Decker took the big knee to the back when he kind of got sandwiched between two different defenders, came back to get in the game. My guess is he's going to be pretty dang sore. My guess also is there's no way he's not playing Thursday. Most Lions fans or players understand just how big that game is to the player base, so you're probably seeing him out there no matter what. Now, in regards to David Montgomery, those who were watching the game probably saw him go out the sidelines, came out, even took the shoulder pads off before going back in the locker room, being evaluated. But he did come back in the sidelines, helmet on, shoulder pads on, the whole shebang bang. So my anticipation is he will be good to go for this Thursday's game. Wait and see, though, and it's speculation on my behalf. So, all right, guys, what did you have to think about the game? If you had one big area of concern going into Thursday, is there one for you? Or do you think that the Lions coaching staff kind of held some things back here? Let's not forget, Terrion Arnold didn't play this game because of basically a pulled groin muscle. Sounds like it's fairly healthy, but I get why they'd want him to sit out this game to get ready for Thursday and then obviously the game after that. Also, if you guys are watching, Carlton Davis III, about midway through the fourth quarter, he went down. I think, and just my take on it, my thought is it was a cramp in the muscles, just the way he all of a sudden shot down. You could see him kind of hopping a little bit, going down the ground, grabbing at it. Then he kind of got out and walked off his own power, kind of got a fairly normal walk. So, based on my years of coaching and stuff, that looked like a cramp to me, but I have no firm confirmation. If somebody does, by all means, put it in the comment section. All right, let's see what you guys have to say about this one before I get off the air for the night. Matty B, we trade players for W's. You're not wrong with that, man. JDC, hi all. Hey, JDC, how you doing? And I'm going to say this to Matty B and everybody. How big does that first round bye look for this team, as beat up as we are all across the board? You get that first round bye, and if that last game of the regular season is ultimately meaningless, if it's me coaching, I'm playing the starters the first half. Nothing more than that. After that, you're not going to be that rusty. I'm going to get the younger guys in there, the developmental guys in there. You're all sitting, and you know what? We're moving on, getting ready for whoever wins the first round of the playoffs and going from there. JDC, all right, I got that. Sorry, man. Big Eddie, 10-1. Yes, it's got to feel good to be a Lions fan right now. JDC, explosion. Woo! I'll give you that. You know what? Just because it's a 10-win season already. And I get to give my voice a little break there. One pride, that's another W. Some injuries that you don't want to see. Hope our guys are all right. Bring on the Bears. That is the next team up, my friend. And I don't know if the Bears really have any injuries. The only thing I knew is that Swift came in a little banged up today, but I don't even know what the injuries were. Let's see. Well, Lori Ann, what do you got? What is the word on Davis? I think, and it's unofficial, just watching it happen, it was a cramp, but I don't know that for sure. Joe, woo, another domination. It was, man. It wasn't as exciting as, say, the week before, but you know what? 24-6 in the NFL. I hate to say it, but that's a beatdown. Big Dad's too bad St. Brown didn't get a score. It happens, man. All streaks come to an end. At the end of the day, I'm guessing he's okay with just winning. Ronnie, 10 quarters without giving him a touchdown. Ain't that something, man? This defense, all the guys out, both your starting ends, 2 starting linebackers, 2 starting cornerbacks, and they still were out there performing. And I get it. Not everybody's a fan of Vildor, but you know what? If they had him out there, Colts clearly had a game plan to go after him. My take as a coach, the fact that they had him out there, nobody else, meant nobody else in their eyes could do better than him. So moving on from him. Dennis, 10-1, I'll take that. Trem Reaper, elbow drop that like button, everybody. Yes, if you can, drop the big elbow on the like and subscribe buttons. Yeah, Keith, I hope Carlton is okay. Yeah, I'm guessing he will be, but we'll probably find out maybe in the post-game comments from Dan Campbell or tomorrow, because The downside to playing on Thursday is, you don't get 2 days of rest. You get 1 day. You get tomorrow off. You're back at the facilities. There's no padded practices. Everything's walked through this week. My guess, they're going to spend a lot of time walking through different things and a lot of time in recovery processes. See, 1 week at a time. Good win. It was indeed. Anytime you win, that's a great one, especially when your D only gives up 6 points. JDC, seems like a lot of injuries. Hey, it is life in the NFL, my friend. We all get it, man. We all get it. Trump, good game, 100%. I'll go with that. Lorianne, Carlton Davis. Yeah, I knew where you were going with that, man. I knew. At least I thought that's where you're going. The Lions defense going on the road and shutting down the Colts offense like that is impressive. Indy's defense actually played pretty well. Much respect to them. Yeah, I'm with you. I was impressed with their defense. A lot of different things they did to slow down this offense. We say it slowed down. It still scored 24 points. That's a lot for most NFL teams. Richard, we got expensive win. It was, but a win is a win. We'll take it. Better than an expensive loss. Trim Reaper, awesome ground game again. Just hope Knuckles is okay. My guess is he probably took a pretty good shot on that tackle to the shoulder. They went and checked it, make sure nothing was broken. The fact that he was suited back up, that's a pretty good sign. Mr. Morrell, what do you got? Geez, that was rough. It was, man. They were not going to lie down. No, good for them, man. Nor should they. They get paid checks too. They need to go out and do something for it. Let's see, Ray Cola, hit that like for Coach. Thank you for that. Chrome, fans showed up today. They did. They showed up again today. Bo, who was really worried? Question mark. Besides any possibility parlay bets, I hate games like this just because I hate looking or playing a team that you feel like most people across the media or whatever feel like you should bury. Great Lakes, Goff and Laporta need to get back on the same page. Yeah, they will. I have no doubt about that. Sometimes you need to have an ugly game. Not every game is going to be a blowout, but yes, we're saying that he still won by 18 points. Respect to both teams. Let's see, One Pride, poor Vildor got straight bullied. He did. They came after him, and I'm guessing you're going to see more of that Thursday if, say, Davis or Arnold can't go. Detroit D, exclamation points, way to grind out. The Colts had a great game plan on defense. They did. And you'll probably see other teams trying to mimic it a little bit until you prove you can beat it. Detroit, Dr. Detroit, Dan, the offense couldn't call plays because they were screaming. Jared Goff so loud, and we're at Indianapolis. Really proud to be a Lions as little bit more and more predictable fans today. I'm down with that, man. Hey, find a way to win, find a way to support, move on from that, keep the show going. JP, 24-6 is just fine. Got a win. We did just that. Walt, another awesome game. Woo! I'll take that. Bo, pessimist versus optimist view. You know what side you are on. This is true. JDC, happy trails. Go Lions victory. See you later, my friend. And Carlton Davison, what's up? We'll find out. Carolina could tie the game. I'll have to check it out here. Lori, CB, yes, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, 100% there. Davis, question mark. Yeah, Carlton Davis. I'm guessing it's just a cramp in the lower leg, but again, that's as much as I know. David, what do you got? Dan Thornton is awesome. Thank you for that. Matty B, if Carolina can get the 2-point conversion, they tie. I'll check that out. Another one bites the dust. This is true. And I just heard that song last night by Almost Queen there, Detroit. JDC, Ford Field will be rocking and it will be rolling. JP, nice win, 10-1. What a great team. It is indeed. Grit Days, Z, I heard it was a knee. I hope he's okay. But the way he was walking off, I can only tell you my thoughts, and that's all it is that it was a cramp. Knee for who? Carlton Davis. Correct. Oh, no. Bear Eat. Okay. Anna for Christ. Yay for 10-1 in the Lions. I'll go with that. Grit Danes. What do you got? But he was on the bike, so he passed the test and likely had a minor injury. Yeah, my guess is it was just a cramp. But again, that's all it is a guess. Matty B, Panthers tied the game. Ain't that something, man? Brandon, 10.5 wins. Looks good right now. I'll take that, man. Joe C, eyeball game to the Kansas City game going to overtime. Hey, I'm going to have to go check that out once we wrap up the show here. Just a couple more minutes. Joseph, tie ball game. Hookadoo, well. How does the bottom of the NFC North feel, Butsky? Only Broski can answer that one. The Trim Reaper Bears meat sounds good for Thanksgiving and my birthday. Bear meat isn't bad. Bear meat is not bad neither. Well, I'm not going to go into that, but Maddie, 146, the 27-27. Thank you for that. Coach, Joseph C. Hey, Coach Dan, is Brian Branch going to have a pay penalty fine for that crappy call they called on him? The hard part is, I would say, the NFL, because he's had a few weeks in a row now with hits like that. He's dropping the boom on some dudes. he's starting to probably get watched a little bit more closely by officials and the front office. The front offices are probably informing groups or officiating crews to pay attention to him a little bit more. So he's got to probably get away from that from a bit. But the opposite side of that is part of what the Detroit Lions defense makes them so great, and just why teams often lose the following week, is how physical this team is versus most other teams. Joseph, it's going into overtime, I think. Could be. All right, let's go Carolina, says Detroit. JP, Carolina tied the game with KC. JDC, Joseph C, eyes on it. There you go. Wow, Carolina, says Waylon. Joseph, great live cast. Coach, hey, anytime, my friend. Glad to always have you around. Great Danes, according to Jimmy Ladino on Carl Davis, ACL test done on field and passed. He was reportedly on bike and sideline. Likely minor injury. Yeah. And again, just my opinion based on how he responded when they show the replay of the injury, the way he hopped there, he was running and hopped. That's not an ACL typically or an MCL or anything like that. That's, to me, that looks a lot like a cramp. And the way they were massaging it on the field, and then they allowed him to get up and walk off, and how he was kind of gingerly, almost like a sprained ankle type, that looked like a sprain to me. See, not sprain. Anyways, moving on. One Pride, holding teams to back-to-back games to 6 points is dang impressive. You're not wrong, man. And I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it. I can't think in the last 10 years a team's defense that has held two straight opposing teams to basically just field goals, 6 points. Josie Manny Mosley didn't even play, did he? No, he didn't. And my guess is maybe Thursday, if not then Green Bay, is when he probably finally hit the field. Great Danes according. Yeah, got that. Thank you. Patrick, RD has gotten very stingy, that's for sure. Dan Mahomes, okay. So many injuries, so many wins. This is true, says Scott. Dennis, great win, go Lions. Scott, this team is different. Love it. Gotta love it, my friend. Trim Reaper, thanks, coach and new crew. Go Lions. Woo! I'll take that. Kara K, bring Iffy back now. Unfortunately, he's on the injured reserve, so it's going to be whatever it is, another 3 weeks or so before he'd be eligible to come back. Flathead Frank, Bears recover onside kick. Maybe Welp, unless KC misses a 25-yard field goal, this game is over. It happens. Bears had the ball down by 3. All right, I'll go check it out. All right, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Also, if you would be so kind, hit that thumbs up button. My voice is about shot, so I'm probably done for the day unless there's breaking news. Otherwise, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be a good human being. Do something kind for somebody you don't know. We'll see you all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.
Excuse me, sir, would you... Donations to the Reverend Moon? Juice for Jesus?
Read about Jehovah's Witness? How about Buddhism?
Help Jerry's kids? Oh, yeah. Scientology?
Or nuclear power?